Welcome back to Seventh Generation Warfare. A few weeks ago, I made a video titled Attempt at Correspondence with a Distant Family Member, in which I wrote to my mom's cousin, a cousin that my mom, I don't know if they've actually ever met, but she had heard through her, I had heard through my aunts and uncles that this cousin of theirs was the keeper of many family records and had done track genealogy back pretty far, and so attempting to get access to that information, I wrote her a letter, and she wrote back. So this is we're going to go over a little bit of what she said. I'm not going to share too many details because I don't really have permission to share with you. She doesn't know about this channel and all that. And then I will share with you how I am responding. So she wrote back correcting me on her name. I had used her legal name in the letter, and she has a name that she prefers to go by. She talked about her order in the family, that she was the only daughter of the oldest um, oldest of the children. So it's confusing, but her mom is my grandfather's sister. Her mom was the oldest. I think my grandfather was the youngest in that family. Or their the grandmother, my grandfather's mother, apparently died when this lady's mother was 14 years old. So I'm not quite sure how old my grandfather was when his mother died, but I assume not very old. So I found that interesting. Uh, Talked a little bit about all the aunts and uncles and how her mom was the only one to stay in the area, which was Missouri, and all the other bone sacks left the area. And then goes on to talk about, doesn't say much about her grandfather other than he died. And that's basically it. She asked, said that she could snail mail me some of the documents, but she is, I presume, on the older side, and scanning documents is going to be troublesome for her as she doesn't have access to a scanner and things like that. So, seeing this, I took the initiative and I called the local office, Depot Office Max near her. I confirmed that they, because she said her most of this information is contained in a 3-ring binder. So my idea is hopefully she can just, undo the 3-ring binder and put it onto a good scanner that can copy multiple pages at one time, making it easy for her. So I called ahead to an Office Max or Office Depot near her, and they confirmed so long as the letters are or pages are of a normal size, they can do that. And so I am also including a USB thumb drive and some money in the letter that I'm responding to her and letting her know that I think this would be the best course of action. That way she can retain possession of the documents. If she wished, I would be willing to receive them, copy them, and send them back. It sounds like she only has one daughter, and she mentioned that her daughter may or may not want these documents. So, if her daughter does want them, then they will probably go to her. But in the off chance that her daughter doesn't want these documents, now that I have put it out there that I'm interested, I guess it's possible that I could come into these documents at some point. So I included a USB and some cash, and let her know I was very excited about her receiving my letter and wishing to share the information with me. I told her the different courses of actions we could undertake to scan and forward the documents to myself. And then I asked her, outside of what information might be in the binders, what can she tell me about her mother's and my grandfather's family? There's 5 kids. Her grandmother, or my grandfather's mother, died while the kids were not adults. So if she has any details about that, her mother being the oldest, I think had to help kind of raise the kids and what kind of stories her mother may have passed on to her about that. And if she ever met her grandfather, I'm curious because as I will share with you in probably still a couple months out, I'm writing some family folklore, and her grandfather is one of the characters in the story. So I'll be interested to know if my assessment of him is any and all accurate. But yeah, and then I apologize for some poor handwriting since I decided to handwrite this letter, the first one I had typed. She wrote back having handwritten the letter, and so I decided that it would be courteous to handwrite the response. But my handwriting is pretty poor. But I think it's a good excuse to improve my penmanship and correspondence. Maybe in time I will get a fancy stamp or some fancy letterhead on some paper or something to make my correspondence seem so much more official. Maybe I'll even learn to write in cursive. But so if you're at all following this, I hope you found that interesting. I will let you know how it develops. Thank you.